Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Adventure with Roger. Today we're going back into Valheim with a brand new character so I can do a brand new beginner guide for all new players in Valheim. And this time around I decided to make a girl, a female player, because I am sick of staring at men all day. Alright, we have arrived. Let's talk to the bird real quick. Make him go away. So there's the location of the first boss on the map, and this is where we are right here. These 4 stones on the map. So these stones right here, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, represent the 5 bosses that are currently in the game. And there's a branch. You hit the E button to interact and pick it up, and you can see as soon as we picked up that branch, it unlocked 4 different recipes for us. So what we're going to do real quick, so I just picked up a stone. It gave me the hammer and the stone axe recipe. What we're going to do real quick is we're just going to run around, and the first thing we need to do is gather some wood. Now I got a raspberry, so what we're going to do is just right click on it, and you can see right here when I hover above it, it gives us 10 health and 20 stamina for 600 seconds. So in Valheim, you don't die from starvation, it's just that gain any benefits from the food. Now you can see as soon as I eat it, I gain 10 health, and I also gained 20 stamina. So if I try to run by hitting the shift button, I have an extra bar of stamina, so we actually start out with 3 bars. Here's some mushrooms. Always pick up mushrooms. Alright, so this tree, we can't get any wood from this tree because we don't have an axe. But if you come over here to these little trees, you can start punching these little trees, the sapperlings, and you can see there I got 3 wood from that. And this is way easier than running around looking for branches that are broken off in the landscape. Now you can see you run out of stamina pretty quickly when you're doing this, so stamina is a huge part of what you need to accomplish anything in this game. So that's why food is so important, not because you're gonna die and starve to death. Okay, so I got 17 wood and 6 stone. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to make a hammer, and we're gonna craft it. Now that I have a hammer, it unlocks other things that I can build. So I'm gonna quit my hammer. I'm going to hit the right mouse button. It pulls up this menu. The first thing we need is a workbench. So we grab that. Alright, so right there. So you see as soon as I put down the workstation, it lets me build all kinds of stuff. Wood floors, doors, a hoe, gates, thatch roof, ladders, wood wall 45 degrees and 26 degrees, wood crosses, wood poles 1 meter, 2 meter. So now that I have a workbench here, you can see here when I try to walk up to it and interact with it by hitting the E button, it doesn't let me use it. It says the crafting station needs a roof. So that's the first thing we need to do, is we need to put a roof over our workstation. And to do that, we're going to need quite a bit more wood. So the next thing we want to do is craft a stone axe. So let's go get a little bit more wood real quick. Okay, I should have enough wood to make this axe. Jackpot. Now we can chop down some real wood. So you can see now I'm chopping these bad boys down pretty good, at a pretty good rate. That guy. Get out of here. So those little graylings drop resin, and resins are used primarily for lighting sources, but resin's used in a couple of different recipes in the game for sure. It's definitely good to hang on to it. After a few days you'll have tons of it. You won't know what to do with it. Just craft yourself a little chest and put the resin in a chest for a rainy day. So unfortunately, we don't gain access to being able to mine for rocks until after we kill the first boss, because the first boss will drop antlers, and the antler is what you need to make a pickaxe. So at first, when you first start off the game, you won't be able to get stone very reliably, so just pick it up off the floor as you go. You won't need a whole lot of stone in your first few hours of the game, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. As you can see at the beginning area, there's just plenty of it laying around that you can pick up. At the beginning part of the game, you'll see berries, you'll see mushrooms are a little more rare to find. What you'll want to do is whoa, careful that doesn't fall on us. So if you hit M, and whenever you run into mushrooms, guys, take this little circle right here in the bottom right of the map, double click on the map, and then name it. Well, you can name it whatever you want. I just put shrooms because mushrooms respawn in the same location as they did previously. Since this isn't a real mushroom spot, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click on this little white button and it's going to go away. But don't worry, if you want to put something back in, all you have to do is double click again. So we're going to get our hammer, and what we need to do is we need to use the wood that we just got from our axe, and we need to put a roof over this station. Now, you don't have to get crazy and start building your whole house around this one crafting station right now, but what we do need to do is use the amount of wood that we just got and make sure that we get a roof on it so that we can immediately repair our stone axe, so we don't have to continually be making stone axes. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to do something very simple. I'm going to put there, and you're going to see they connect to each other very easily. Put a wall right there. That. Jump up on top of there, and what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take this 26-degree roof right here and just connect it onto the back right there like that. Put one right there. Sometimes when you don't fill in the sides, it says that the workstation is too exposed, so I'll put that like there, and then one little side piece in there. The glare made it kind of hard to see that, and one right there. When I walk up to this workstation, it should let me interact with it. It does. That's great. We still have 44 wood left, and you can see here, as soon as I interacted with it, it pulled up this little workbench area right here on the right side. Right here, this little hammer says repair an item. All you got to do is click on this and keep on clicking on it until there's nothing left to repair. The sun is starting to go down, and when the sun goes down, it gets cold outside. It lowers your health and stamina regeneration, and so what we want to do is we want to make a campfire as soon as possible, and we're going to put it right here next to lean-to that we have our crafting station next to. And the reason for that is because the fire will give us a resin buff. Now if I get up in here underneath the roof here, you can see that up here in the right hand corner I got a shelter buff, and it says that I'm resting. If we go here, if you hit the tab button and we go up here to active effects, it says fire, warm from a cozy fire, you are sheltered from the weather, you are currently resting. So resting gives you 200% health regen and 300% stamina regen. And because of the fact that I'm rested, while I leave and I'm not next to the campfire, I gain the following effects, which is 50% health regen and 100% stamina regen. Now you can see, because I hung out under shelter and I'm resting, I have comfort 3, and that gave me 10 minutes of rested. So now if I leave the radius of the shelter and the campfire, see how that 10 minutes immediately starts to go down? Because it's nighttime, I gained the cold debuff. So when you put a torch down, if you walk up to it, put your cursor over it, you can interact with it and refill it with resin. I clicked on my left control button in the bottom left, and you want to kind of sneak up behind them a little bit, nice and slow. Make sure you don't run out of stamina. If you run out of stamina, it'll ruin everything because you won't be able to swing to hit them. So this is going to give me a surprise attack. Because I was sneaking, I was able to just run up to them and smack them. And see how, because I'm not sneaking right now, how much harder it was for me to kill that deer. Alright, then one of the next things we're going to want, guys, is flint. And flint spawns along pieces of water, like areas of water like this, in meadows in the Black Forest area. See how when I picked up the flint, it unlocked a bunch of recipes for us? Okay, inside this hut right here, I can hear some bees humming, and bees are awesome because there's a queen bee inside that nest right there. Now I don't want to get too close to this nest, because if I do, they'll start to sting me, and I only have 18 health, so I could easily die to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set up a crafting table near this little hut right here, and I'm just going to start to break it apart. If I break down all the wood that's holding up the beehive, it'll just fall to the ground like that, and then I can just walk up and pick up the queen bee like I just did, and then I can just take it back to my base and build my own beehive. If you build it too close to like a wall or something like that, it might tell you don't have enough space. So tomorrow that will start to produce honey. Once you have enough leather so where you can make your rag tunic, your rag pants, and a crude bow, enough leather scraps to make yourself a shield, you can totally go take on the first boss, Ecthier. I've done it lots of times. I'm pretty sure you could do it naked if you had a bow. You could probably do it naked if you just had a tower shield and a club. It would be challenging, and that's what makes it fun. Don't wait forever to go summon the first boss, you're definitely going to want to go get your pickaxe. Just go sneak up on deer, get a bunch of hides, kill as many pigs as you run into, take their meat, campfire with the cooking station, cook up as much meat as you can until you have, I mean, we got lucky, we even have a beehive. So if you have necktails, if you have raspberries, and if you have mushrooms, and you'll definitely have cooked meat from the deer available, you'll have more than enough health and stamina to take on the first boss. Just be careful. I'm not going to go fight him because I made a video about that, which I'll link in the description. But yeah, guys, just keep chopping wood, keep getting berries. Remember to mark the mushrooms and the raspberries on your map so that you can go back and find them over and over again. Don't chop down the raspberry bushes or the blueberry bushes, which you'll find in the Black Forest area. Don't venture too far away from your house until you're ready for it, because there's monsters out there that will just straight up one-shot you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really appreciate you watching. Drop me a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Check out my other videos on Valheim. I got a lot of useful information, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. My name is Roger. I'll see you on my next adventure. Take care of yourself, everybody.